Iran's right to enrich uranium must be respected for nuclear talks with the US to succeed, Foreign Minister Abbas Araqchi said on Sunday. He made the comments 2 days after US and Iranian teams held indirect talks in Oman aimed at reviving diplomacy. Addressing Iran's Foreign Policy Congress, Araqchi said he told the US diplomats, "There is no other option but to negotiate." He added that the two sides need to focus on discussions that accept enrichment inside Iran while building trust that enrichment is and will stay for peaceful purposes. Tehran has vowed a harsh response if attacked amid a US naval build-up near Iran, and after these comments by US President Donald Trump.
We have a large armada, flotilla, you can call it whatever you want, heading toward Iran right now. Even larger than what we had in Venezuela.
Iran and the US held 5 rounds of nuclear talks last year, which stalled mainly due to disagreements over uranium enrichment. Recent satellite imagery shows new roofs at 2 Iranian nuclear facilities after they were struck by the US in June last year. Tehran said after the strikes that it had halted enrichment activity, which the US views as a possible pathway to nuclear bombs. Iran insists its nuclear program is solely for peaceful purposes. Both sides have signalled readiness to revive diplomacy in the dispute over Tehran's nuclear program. Though Washington wants to expand the talks to cover Iran's treatment of its own people after recent nationwide protests were repressed in the most violent crackdown since the 1979 Islamic Revolution. It also wants to add Iran's ballistic missiles and support for armed groups to the agenda, according to US Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Iran says putting its missile program on the negotiating table would leave it vulnerable to Israeli attacks.